A woman who has recovered from the novel coronavirus has a simple message for people who are worried. Don't panic, but do think about the high-risk individuals and stay home if you feel ill. Elizabeth Schneider lives in Seattle, the biggest city of Washington state, which has the most deaths in the U.S. from the disease sweeping the globe. The 37-year-old who has a PhD in bioengineering said she was sharing her story to give people a little bit of hope through her own relatively mild experience with the infection, which she treated herself from home. Let's listen in.
So initially, when I got the test results, I was definitely a little shocked. I really did not expect that I would have COVID-19. I think at the time there were only, about 100 cases in Washington, maybe 500 or more cases across the United States. So I thought, wow, I'm really lucky, or rather in this case, rather unlucky. So I had gone to a house party on Saturday, February 22nd at a friend's house here in Seattle. This was really before the large-scale outbreak of coronavirus cases here in Washington state. So, I went to the party, had a great time, didn't think anything of it, and 3 days later, on Tuesday, February 25th, I woke up in the morning and I felt a little groggy, a little bit tired, run down. So I went home, I worked from home the rest of the day, and I ended up taking a nap in the early evening, and I woke up and I had a temperature of 101 degrees. Multiple friends and myself all got sick 3 days after attending a house party here in Seattle, and we all came down with the same symptoms at the same time. Some of my friends went to the doctor. I didn't myself go to the doctor because I ended up feeling fine and recovering on my own, and as I mentioned, I just thought it was the flu. My friends that went to the doctor were tested for flu and tested negative, and they were sent home. All of us were starting to get suspicious that all of us had gotten sick together 3 days after the same party that we all attended. Towards the beginning of my self-isolation, it was fine. I realized I was sick, that I just needed to hunker down and take care of myself and rest. Towards about the middle or the latter half of it, I started getting very restless, and honestly I started getting quite depressed. I live by myself and I was starting to get really, really lonely. It's very hampering when you can't, just go out and drive somewhere and get something to eat, or you can't even really go to the store on your own because number one, you want to stay inside, and number two, you don't feel up to going out to the store. I was so tired, I couldn't even really cook.
It's now been a week since she's felt better, and she has started going out for errands, but is still avoiding large gatherings and continuing to work from home. Schneider said she hoped her example, which will probably be typical of high majority of cases, could comfort others. The message is, she said, don't panic. If you think that you have it, you probably do, you should probably get tested. And if your symptoms aren't life-threatening, simply stay at home, medicate with over-the-counter medicines, drink lots of water, get a lot of rest, and check out the shows she said you want to binge watch.